Assalamu alaikum warahmatullah. Inshallah, today we're going to do the first lesson of ahsanul qawaid. Ahsanul qawaid is a very comprehensive, simple rules, guidelines for learning to read the Quran. It's in very simple steps to teach a person all the necessary skills, all the necessary knowledge needed to be able to read the Quran correctly, fluently, nicely with tajweed. And it's a very progressive, constructive book, structured and compiled in a very constructive, progressive manner, in very simple lessons with a lot of comprehensive exercises, etc. So the first lesson is for students to just recognize the alphabets, the Arabic alphabets, the names of the alphabets, like you have A, B, C, D, that's the names of the alphabets. And then when you're reading it in a word together, you only do the phonics, the sounds of the letters. So in the same way in the Arabic language, when you're talking about the particular letter, like what letter comes first, which letter is this, the letter B. If you don't talk about the particular letter, then you have to refer it to as the name of the letter. So in the first lesson, it's very simple for students to recognize and remember the letters. It's got the English next to it, which again is not that helpful for very young children, the age of 5 or something, who probably still don't know how to read the English together, so of course they wouldn't know how to read the Arabic as well. But if any child is starting from the age of 7 or something, by that time they already know how to read complete words and everything in English and small sentences. So for them it will be easy to recognize the letters or learn the names of the letters just looking at the English. So the first lesson is very important, to try and get the students to memorize all the letters. If they memorize it, then you know for sure that they know all the letters, and it makes the rest of the lesson so easy. And the fact that the English is there, it's easy for any child, especially if they're around the age of 6, 7, to be able to read the English and just memorize the letters. So memorization, the students should be able to do it by themselves, and whether they get the pronunciation perfect or not, that lesson, the students should be able to sit by themselves and memorize it. And it's very important for the teacher that from the very first lesson ensures that the student does not pass this lesson until they've memorized it and until they've got the pronunciation of every letter perfect. And if they can do that in the first lesson, even if it takes them 2 weeks, 3 weeks, and definitely the first page, a new beginner should not complete it any sooner than a week anyway, unless mashallah, they're very talented, etc. But on a normal basis, they should take about a week in completing the first page. First of all, memorizing it. Secondly, making sure every single pronunciation is perfect. So normally a 5-year-old starting, they would spend, they will learn 1 line a day or 2 lines a day, perfecting it. So inshallah, we'll start with Muhammad. Muhammad, Bismillah, read the first page. Bismillah.
Alif, ba, ta, fa, jim, ha, kha,
Ha.
ha, kha, dal, zal, ra, za, sin, shin, sad, dad, ta,
full mouth.
ta, va, ain,
Ghain.
fa, qaf, kaf, lam, mim, nun, wow, ha, hamza, ya.
Good boy. Okay, mashallah. Okay, let's do this lesson together. 1, 2, 3. ألف باء تاء ثاء جيم حاء خاء دال ذال راء زا سين شين صاد ضاد طا ظا عين غين فاء قاف كاف لام ميم نون واو ها همزة يا. Now I know my alif bata. Will you sing along with me? Is that how it goes? How does it go? God, let's hear it, Mom. That bit I just added it in myself, made it up. Okay, let's do it once more. Let's do it in the nice sing rate. 1, 2, 3. Alif ba ta tha jim ha kha dal dhal ra za sin shin sad dad ta dha ain ghain fa قاف كاف لام ميم نون واو ها همزة يا. Now I know my alif bata. Carry on. Okay, mashallah, it's really great. So ideally try to get the students to memorize this in a nice singing way. It doesn't have to be in my boring annoying tune. They can make the other tunes like, you know, the actual alif ba ta tha jim ha kha dal dal ra za sin shin sad or whatever. Anyway, inshallah we'll move on to the next lesson, exercise. So with the exercise, yes, by now students have memorized it. They should have already perfected it, and now it's doing it without the English writing next to it. Okay, Muhammad, let's see you do that, please.
Alif ba ta tha jim ha kha dal dhal ra
Za.
za
Carry on.
sin shin sad dot ta dha ain ghain fa qaf kaf lam mim nun waw ha hamza ya.
Good boy, mashallah, awesome, very good. And the students must be able to say it very fluently, ideally memorized, ideally. If not, then looking inside and very fluently. Okay, the next exercise is very important. That is the key exercise to actually demonstrate whether the students have recognized the letters properly or not. And this is where it's extremely important that exercise 2, they're able to say it very fast and fluently, and try to get the students to figure it out themselves. So this exercise 2, by exercise 2 they have already perfected their pronunciation, so therefore teacher doesn't need to worry much about them getting pronunciation mistakes, but rather now it's about recognizing the letters. And for that teacher should sort of delegate the student a task like 2 lines or 3 lines to learn, if the whole page is not possible, and ask them, if they're not sure what a letter is, to refer back to the first page, find that letter and figure it out, come to the teacher for the test, and then if they get a few mistakes, teacher can correct it. Come on, let's do that.
Ha ta tha ba jim ta
Ta full mouth.
ta dhal za sin sad qaf dad kha dha
Ghain.
ghain ain ha shin ra lam mim nun waw fa ya hamza kaf dal alif.
Good boy, mashallah, well done. And the exercise 3 is more or less the same as exercise 2, but it's smaller letters, a longer page, and that as well, if the student is not able to learn it the whole page together, then one box at a time. Go on, let's do that fast. Go on.
Alif da ra hamza ta ha waw Sin, Ha, Ain, Sad, Kaf, Noon, Ba, Dha, Jim, Fa, Dal,
Good boy. Well done.
Ghain, Ta, Da, Dad, Za,
Kha.
Fa, Qaf, Shin, Ya, Fa,
Good boy, Karen.
Ta, Za, Ka,
Kaf.
Ta,
Just Karen,
Za,
Karen.
Kaf,
Just try to do a whole line together.
Ta,
And then
Za, Kaf, Hamza, Ba, Sin, Tha, Sad,
Jim.
Jim, Dha, Da, Jim,
Kha, Kha. Kha, the one with the dot on top.
Kha, Dad, Lam, Dha,
Dal.
Dal, Ta, Shin, Tha, Ha, Ghain, Ya, Mim, Ha, Qaf, Ra, Ain, Wow,
Good boy, mashallah. Well done. Very good.
Tha, Ghain, Mim, Ra, Jim, Lam, Qaf, Dad, Ha,
Good boy.
Ta,
Ta, ta, ta.
Ta, Ha, Sad, Ya, Tha, Kaf, Dal, Ba,
Kha. Good boy.
Ta, Ta, Sin, Dal, Za, Dha, Shin, Ain, Nun, Alif.
Good boy. Well done. Last two lines.
Hamza, Dad, Ta, Za, Tha, Ha, Ba, Ain, Sad, Dha, Jim, Dha, Kha, Ain, Ya, Qaf, Fa, Shin.
Good boy. Mashallah. Well done. That's first lesson completed with all the exercises. By now, the students should have perfected the pronunciation, recognize the letters really quick, and then inshallah from the next lesson onward, go into joint letters, etc.